Now I'm continuing again on the topic of AI because it's very fascinating. And what is fascinating about this is all about the fear complex which has been embedded into the minds of the people, AI. Now, for example, what they do using AI is developing what is known as large language modules. What is it in simple terms? In simple terms, it means that you are talking to a machine and the machine says it has been programmed. If you say hello, it's going to say hello. Then it's going to say, what do you want? It has been programmed accordingly. Then even if you scold it, it's going to say, just to sit there. It's not going to scold you back because it has not been trained to scold you back. But the machine has not been programmed for it. You say, sorry, my computer is not working. So the machine will say, oh, your computer is not working. What is the problem? And so what does it do? They have programmed it in such a way that they have analyzed and understood what are the normal problems that can happen in a laptop, in a computer, in a tablet, etc., etc., etc. And they have created questions and answers for the same. So this is in a simple manner, it's a language module. So you call up a service center and the service center is machine made and it starts asking you questions because it has been free to ask you, oh, it is an apple? Oh, apple. Now, based on the apple, it will go to the program which contains apple's questions and answers and keep on answering you questions and you keep on answering the questions. Sometimes it may end up that it creates a complication. The people who have created the software have not thought about what complication may arise in this concept or that concept. So you have a special complication and nobody can answer it. So the large language module fails. You have to contact the service center. It will say that, oh, I'm sorry, I'm not able to help you. Please contact the service center. This is the number for it. So simple again. You have to go to the service center to get your problem sorted out. So the large language models, it is a programmed process by which question and answers are being programmed, and that is what is going to happen. But today they are looking at what is known as LAM, large action models. What is large action models? It thinks of what the complication can be, and using the LLM, it can interact with you. That is where people are fearing. The fear is that if you have developed these kind of technologies, these kind of, I would say, that which can think that this is the question you are answering and this is what the answer should be, and this is what it starts dialoguing with you. Now, even there, if you look at it, what is happening? You have programmed it. It is not thinking by itself. It cannot think by itself. Let us, it is all, it is not provable. According to me, personally, it cannot be done. A machine cannot think for itself because of the reason it has been programmed. It is something which a human person has written. We used to call it the English language. This is known as machine language. Now, suppose I am using Tamil and I am talking in Tamil to a person who knows only Kannada. Now, he doesn't know Tamil and I do not know Kannada. How are we going to communicate? Now, artificial intelligence can come here because that I talk in Tamil, they can use a technology by which they will be able to convert it into Kannada language, and the same thing replies can be received by me in Tamil because it is all programmed. But it cannot think for itself that Kannada person is a person from Kashmir and he knows Kashmiri, So I can also talk in Kashmiri to him. Can it think like that? I don't think it can happen like that. If I talk in Kannada, it's going to talk to me back in Tamil. By converting the Kannada into Tamil and back again to Kannada with answers. As simple as that. So, the utilization of AI is tremendous. It is fantastic. It can be used for every aspect of your life. As I was talking about booking a tour for your father and mother sitting in a borough in New York, the same thing can happen. The problem is it can replace certain activities of an individual. For example, after, the electronic machines came, we lost the use of typewriters. And when the typewriter went out of use, because the loss of persons who were learning typing and shorthand, they lost their jobs. Because shorthand was a technique which was there for people who used to sit and dictate, and they used to note it down in a particular format, which was the machine language of theirs. You can call it machine language. Whitman shorthand was a machine language. Because the person who knew that language alone could do it. And he was the only person who would interpret whatever the strokes were. So, in the same way, here also, there are certain strokes which have been defined, and those strokes will play their part. So, after the shorthand and typing went out of modern because of fashion, because the new computers took over, then you had large computers. Today, you are having computers the size of your, a briefcase. And now today you are using tablets which are size of your purse, which are carrying in your hand. So technology, because of this, the other parts of the computer, other parts like the chip, etc., as the design keeps on changing, for human intelligence changes the format of the placement of the electrons or whatever you call the electrodes, whatever you call it, I do not know about it. All that is placed in particular fashion, the speed picks up, the size becomes smaller, all that happens. But even then, again, it is human intelligence which can do that only. Now, just like typewriters, typists and shorthand experts went out of business, there will be certain impact using artificial intelligence. For example, today liftmen are no longer there in lifts. There's automatic lifts. It has been designed such a way that you get into the lift, you press the particular floor and you're automatically delivered to that floor. Previously, you used to have a person who's a Lestuian, he has to close the door and then he has to switch it, and then today you can just press this button, the door opens, you enter, the door closes after a particular period of time, and then you can inform the lift that I want to go to the third floor, it goes to the third floor, and automatically the door opens. Those kind of jobs will be missed. They can get out, they can go out of fashion. And the same today, in countries like the US and other places, you are now introducing driverless cars, where the car is programmed to go to your place, pick you up and take you and deliver to another place, and automatically the payment is debited to your account also. It is happening. But it can happen in a place where systems are existing and they are foolproof and fail-safe. Only then you will be able to deliver that kind of service. I do not think this driverless service can ever work in my country, in India. Impossible. With the traffic, with the crowds, with the size of the roads, the different access points, each one, the difficulties in implementing the law, with so many factors, driverless cars in India is never going to be implemented, never going to happen. That I can guarantee you that. So, in a country like India, in Asia especially, unless you are looking at China, maybe China, like Japan, those places, it's a possibility. Thank you. I'll continue.